This is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. Masterherbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
Now you know all about health and herbs because they do a wonderful job. And as a matter of fact, they make some of the wonderful remedies. They're such great manufacturers of natural remedies. They make some of the natural remedies that Doc Miles has. You're probably getting ready to order some more liver support or something. Am I close?
No, my liver support comes from India, but they're doing my joint support.
The joint support. Yes.
They do my lipid support, my joint support, my circulation support, and then I keep a lot of your stuff on my shelf too. So
yes.
It all works together.
It does because it reminds me of the time. One time I was in Lloyd Center in Portland, Oregon, in the mall, and I was in a health food store there, and I used to go around to health food stores all over the United States and Canada and some countries. I would go visit the health food store, and I would do presentations and answer questions and help people. I did that for many decades. I would do a radio show in the area. It was long before the internet, really ever got started. And so forth. And I would do a radio show in the town, and then I would go to the local mall or health food stores, and I would answer questions and help people one-on-one. I love to do that. It was a lot of work, but I visited health food stores. I visited every major health food distributor and many health food stores and health food store chains all over the world, and I did that for many years. But I don't even know where I was going with that story. But anyway, that was one of the things that we did back in the early days of getting the word out, and so that people could become educated, that they had options, that they had an alternative to poison drugs, that there are times when we need our medical doctors. And there's times when you really need to use a natural remedy and take care of your body and take responsibility for your health. Because if you give that responsibility to someone else and you're not involved, and you just say, "Good, give me whatever I'm supposed to have," you may not get what you're supposed to get. You need to get involved. That's why that website, herbalhealthreview.com, that has all that information about all these common conditions. And then it has the Discoveries in Health broadcasts, how to join this broadcast every Thursday over your telephone, over your computer, over Google Hangouts with live audio video. And then when you're looking at that Discoveries in Health tab, you'll also see all those videos that are at the bottom of the page. So all the information on how to join the broadcast. Then below that, 150 videos with screen capture, where Doc Miles and I are talking about natural remedies and talking with folks that are asking questions about sciatica, about high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and we're not prescribing. We're not diagnosing. We're simply talking about natural remedies and the research behind it and what may be valuable to them individually. It's a labor of love, to do this kind of work. So there it is. The the ways to join the broadcast, the common conditions, the websites. That whenever you're on the herbalhealthreview.com, you click on a product, it takes you over to betterhealthherbs.com. Betterhealthherbs.com. So it's a complete system of information. And then when we run into really tough cases, or even before, if we want all the help we can get, then we call Truman on the phone, and we call Doc Miles on the phone, and Truman and Doc, we bang our heads together a little bit and come up with what you need to know. We do the research. We've always agreed on what we do. This is what's interesting. When you find somebody who is thinking about the same things, it's kind of interesting. Sometimes Doc Miles is, I'm thinking of something, and Doc Miles says it. And probably sometimes I'm saying something that Doc Miles just thought of. Do you find that true, Doc?
That's true. It's amazing. Like minds are fascinating.
Like minds thinking alike. Yes. So anyway, if that's what these broadcasts are, just a lot of information coming together, praising the Most High, talking about natural remedies, and sharing information about natural remedies. We've got about 22 minutes left. And if you have a question over here on Uber Conference in the room, please join us. Please ask that question or make your comment, suggestion. I see Crystal is over there. I'm going to click on Crystal. Thank you for joining us, Crystal. I'm going to click over here on Crystal. Crystal, did you have anything else you wanted to ask, or did you have a question or anything at all?
It was pertaining to, I guess what I called you about before, where I want to say of what I was experiencing, where I was saying that when I wake up, I kind of have those after images or whatnot when I move my arm in front of me, and then I experienced that before, but it hasn't happened since a good while back. So it's I was wondering, since I've been taking those blood thinner herbs or whatnot, I start feeling pain in my my stomach and whatnot. I was wondering if bleeding could cause me to have tunnel vision or something. It's kind of weird what happened, where it's just kind of darkness or something kind of starts to kind of come around my eyes, and it's there's only a short view I could see out of, and I started to feel this weird sensation in my head when it happened, and then it just went away.
So yeah, and that could be, if you're using blood thinners, that could be one of the symptoms of the blood being too thin. So you want to be careful of that. Are you using any super green foods that have vitamin K?
Not as well. I've been eating on stuff like kale and spinach, but that's and a bunch of fruit. But that's the only thing mainly right now that I can get.
Yeah. So I think that again we're back to the same idea, that it would be a good idea for you to contact Doc Miles and have him get some. Get serious here. Get that blood panel scenario going, where you're doing a comprehensive, full metabolics, a CBC, lipids, TSH, and a urinalysis, and any other panels that Doc might suggest, so that we can really find out, because you've been suffering with this now for a while, and that's not a good thing. Folks, it's always a good idea to get all the information that you can, so that then we can say, okay, here's what this person knows, here's what that person knows, here's what I think, and here's what the person or the patient thinks, and you put it all together and you pray about it, and that works pretty good for me. What do you think, Doc?
Yep, that'll work.
That'll work. So yeah, so Crystal, I think that we're back to the same thing. Is that yes? Those symptoms. Let's find out what's going on. Let's get serious here, and let's get over it, and let's get back to enjoying your life and having and enjoying your health. Okay.
Okay, because there was this one more thing. Because I guess like a few more of the symptoms is that, like I said, recently just kind of happened where it's like I'm kind of tired somewhat, and I'm kind of like mainly I've been experiencing numbness, and especially like on the like left side of my face, and like down to my chin somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been kind of feeling like I've been kind of being forgetful sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It may like stumble over my words somewhat. And I was like, I wasn't sure, like, what's going on, and then, this just happened this morning. So.
Yeah. Yep.
There could be a little.
Go ahead.
Could be a little anemia going on there. That's where we'd see it in the blood work.
Yeah. 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 I agree.
So as far as like, I heard that, like, I guess to do the test, it costed around, was it 100? I think, to get like the blood test, I guess for him to do the blood test work.
Okay, what did you say about the 100? I just couldn't understand you.
From what I heard from some other people, that it costed like 100 or so for you to do the blood work test or.
I charge $100 the first time that I start with a patient, and I work with you throughout. And I don't ever charge again for my services. But we run the blood work and that you furnish me, and we do, and I don't even charge for that report. Most naturopaths that do these reports charge you like $200 for the report. Well, I don't do that. I mean, I waive all those charges. I'm not trying to stick my hand in anybody's pocket. I don't believe in that. The medical doctors are constantly taking your money. And I'm just not into that. I'm into helping people to get well. And you get well with what you do for your body. You got to do the positive things, and then you'll bring positive actions, and positive actions brings good health. Okay? If you ate at McDonald's every day and didn't take care of your body, and you didn't do any exercise, you didn't do anything, well, you're going to go straight downhill because you're a product of what you eat.
Yeah, because I know, like, stuff that I eat, it's like eventually I would start to get a reaction from it. Where it's just like all of a sudden my mood kind of goes down or something, and I'm not sure, like, what's going on. I know it stands for a liver problem, too, but I don't know if it's more than just that,
Well, I see a lot of stuff in the blood work. Because if you have a lot of allergies, 95% of your allergies is contributed to the liver. Skin conditions, like skin breakouts, acne, all that kind of stuff, that all is related to the liver. And if you have high cholesterol, that affects the liver. If you have a lot of other issues, that affects the liver. Everything affects the liver because you have 13 pints of blood running through your veins. And in a 24-hour period, you process, that liver processes 100 gallons of blood. That 13 pints is running through there so fast that, in a 24-hour period, the liver is working with 100 gallons of blood. So it gets stopped up. It's just like, it's a filter, just like your air conditioner filter. We can change that out real easy, but it's very hard to change out your liver. So we have to fix the liver. And we've got all kinds of different modalities we use to clean up the system. And we can see this once we get these panels, that I request to run through the computer and spit out an 18-page report that shows you exactly what's going on in your body.
Okay. What exactly do I have to, I guess the process of, like, getting it to you is I guess what I'm asking.
Okay. Well, I do a lot of stuff by mail and, by fax and and computer and stuff like that. And if you fax me your blood report from the medical doctor or blood draw station, then we run it through the computer, and then I call you and say, "This is what I found," and then we'll go over it. We'll go over it over the phone, and we'll decide what you really need to address to make your body whole and happy and healthy again.
Okay, so I just need so they could just like send the blood work through mail or email?
Yes.
Well, you can send it by email, you can send it by mail, or you can send it by fax. And everything is on my website. All my contact information, my phone number, my fax number, and my address, everything is on my website.
Well, I'll make sure to do that. But I also have one more question. As far as I guess dealing with this, as far as the numbness or anything that's face or whatnot, I was wondering. I had just got some more herbs like dandelion root, bardock, and ginkgo, and I got some more cayenne and garlic, and technically stuff in general to kind of help cleanse the liver. But I was wondering, what will kind of be good for that?
Well, that's what I'm telling you. Once I run your blood work, I can see which organs are affected and how low or high they are, and we'll know what to address it with and be specific. Because you can go out and you can spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars just trying to fix something when you don't really know what all the problem is. So we need to look at the blood work, and we'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Okay. Well, I guess this is the last question. How long does it necessarily take for all that to, process, though? About a week or so?
How long does it take to what?
How long does it take to process it? Well, as soon as you get it over to him, it probably takes him just a few days. Is that right, Doc?
Right. The girl that does my reports works on Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. And she is busy, busy, busy. My Monday and Tuesday girl, she doesn't do reports. But the girl that works on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, she does all my reports. She do about 25 or 30 of them every week. It's amazing. Okay. We're so busy trying to find what your nutritional needs are. And that program is so specific. It shows us exactly what we have to do and what we need to do to correct the issues that you might have. We don't diagnose anything. We're not treating anything. I'm only making suggestions based on what I see as proof in the pudding of what's going on nutritionally in your body. Once we do that, then we know exactly what we need to address. Because you can guess and guess and guess and just spend lots of money and chase a symptom. But we want to get to the problem to find out what the problem is and not the symptom. We have to get to the bottom of it. And that's what I do.
There you go.
So check out my website, and you can give me a call or send me an email or whatever you want to do, and we can go from there.
What is your website?
The Herb Doctor, spelled out TheHerbDoctor.net. TheHerbDoctor.net.
Okay.
It's a brand new website. My other website was up for years and years and years, and I had a little skirmish with the FDA in Texas, and so I had to pull my website down. I had to get all kinds of stuff, make a lot of changes and label changes and you name it, and so now I got a big lawsuit against them, and I'm going to win. There's no question about it. It's just get in court because it's a long story. But anyway, I know exactly what Truman's been through because I'm going through it too right now.
No, well, I pray everything goes well for you.
All praise.
Well, the good Lord's going to prevail. That's what I'm going to say.
There it is. We keep the faith. All praises to the Most High.
That's right.
Anything else, Sister Crystal?
No, that was about it, I think.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, we're going to be back here next week, and so if you think of something in the meantime, follow up. Let's get that blood work done. Get it over to the doc, and then stay with us and let us know how things work out, because we love success stories, and we know that you're going to be one of them. Okay.
thank you.
All right. All praises to the Most High. And folks, we're coming near to the top of the hour here, and I know what time this is. This is the time where Doc Miles has to go feed all his critters. He has lots of critters on his farm, and he has to go feed and take care of his critters. Am I just about right, Doc?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay. Have you got any new critters, or what's going on? Anything?
No, I had to put my black lab to sleep Monday because he was so old and he had so many problems and his hip was gone out.
Oh.
I kept him walking with my joint stuff, but when I took him into the vet, he took all the X-rays. He was loaded with cancer all through his body, and I didn't know that. Labs are really, really famous for getting cancer, especially when they hit about 8 years old. And he was 11 years old.
Yeah. Well,
he was.
Yeah, he had a good life with you, and I know.
Yes,
I know it.
He was my protector. Everywhere I went outside on the property, he was right there.
Yeah. You gonna get a new puppy? What's going on?
No, I'm gonna start, taking my RV and going out and spend a little time to see the country. I've flown all over the country in my own airplanes before, and I don't have any airplanes, so I got me an RV, and I'm just gonna travel around and see the country from the ground instead of from the air.
Oh, okay. You gonna come and visit me in Jamaica?
Jamaica, I can't pull an RV all the way to Jamaica.
No, I know. I'm not asking you to drive there. I'm asking you to get an airplane. get on her. You gonna come and visit me in Jamaica?
That would be nice.
That would be
nice. It's hard to get away from the office too much because I'm so very busy. I'm training Blanca to do some really, really wonderful stuff. So we'll see what.
Yeah.
Maybe she could pinch hit for me while I'm gone for 3 or 4 days, and
go down. If you come to Jamaica, you got to stay for a week or two and work on your tan.
Oh, there you go.
Well, anyway, we'll think about that. I love you, man, and that would be great. But and everything is going to remain the same here because all of my telephone numbers are the same. Everything is still the same. I'm just going to be, because you know what I always do? I always put my office in my home, and and so I roll out of bed and I roll roll up in front of my desk, so which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing, because there's over the decades there's been many nights I get calls, all night, all day. It was kind of crazy, but and then we didn't have those, where you could. Well, we had an answering machine, but we didn't have that CID, caller identification system, and all that stuff that we have today. So it was more difficult, but back in the earlier times. But it's now everything is on my computer. My telephone.
There you go.
My telephone rings into my computer. I don't even have a landline anymore. My landline is now in my computer. When my phone rings, my computer rings.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's all that. So that's the way it is, and I'm taking the same phone number with me, and so I'll be there. That's why when Crystal called, I was able to answer that telephone right over the air, right on the computer, and just make it.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so this system is really a beautiful system at this point, because I get all my calls and everything's on my laptop, and I take my laptop. It's like one great big cell phone.
Cool.
Oh, but anyway, I know you got to go, and I know that we've come to the top of the hour, and our dear and precious, wonderful, a friend, Pastor Elijah, over there in Pike Road, Alabama. I see him standing by. Folks, Pastor Elijah from the Word of Life Ministry in Pike Road, Alabama, is an absolutely wonderful minister that you need to know about, because Pastor Prophet Elijah, he is a dear and wonderful and precious soul that loves the Lord and shares his love with everyone, and gives us a wonderful closing prayer praising the Most High. And he just happens to be in the room, as he does most often in our broadcast. He's here today. Pastor Prophet Elijah, my dear friend, could you please give us a closing prayer?
Most certainly. Can you hear me?
I hear you 10 by 10.
Okay. Most High, your word says in Proverbs, Jeremiah, and 1 Corinthians, the light in the eye of him whose heart is joyful rejoices the hearts of others, and good news nourishes the bone. The ear that listens to the reproof that leads to or gives life will remain among the wise. He refused and ignored instruction and correction, despises himself, but he who heeds reproof get understanding. In vain do you use many medicines, for you there is no healing or remedy. So our higher has appointed some in the church, first apostles, second prophets, third teachers, and then those with the ability to heal the sick. And yet I will show you a still more excellent way, one that is better by far and the greatest and the highest of them all, love. We've been deceived by the devil too long. Tonight we are going to tear the devil's kingdom down. What he said was his has been ours all along. We are going to tear the devil's kingdom down. We are going up to the high places. We're going to be strong. We're going to be bold. We're going to reclaim everything that devil stole. Peace in our homes and communities, health, prosperity, righteousness, and our children. We are going to pull down the altars. We're going to tear down the walls. We're going to raise up a banner of righteousness and declare that Yeshua is master of all. Whose report shall you believe? We shall believe the report of the Most High. His report says that we are healed. His report says we are free. His report says we have the victory. Father, it was you who said that we are made in your image and likeness. You said that everything you made was good. I know that we are a spirit with a soul that is housed in a body. Tonight we ask for forgiveness of the things that we have done to our bodies through generational and dietary cooking and eating habits that was handed down to us by our ancestors. Forgive us for destroying this temple that was not made with human hands. Quoting what the gentleman said last Thursday night, he said, I would do whatever it takes to live. Son of man, can these bones live? Yes, they can. So I prophesy to all dry bones and say to them, O you dry bones, hear the word of the Most High. Behold, I will cause breath and spirit to enter you, and you shall live and be healthy. Forgive us for allowing our bellies to become our gods. Forgive our hearts for being overcharged with surfeiting and gluttony and the cares of this life which lead to stress, anxiety, oppression, and depression. Allow us to touch the hem of your garment like the lady with the issue of blood. She said, if I could only touch the hem of his garment, I will be healed. Allow us to cry out to you like blind Bartimaeus so that we can receive our sight. Our prayer tonight is that you remove the veil. Just speak the word and my servant will be healed. That's what the centurion said to Yeshua. After being healed, Yeshua said, go and sin no more, or something worse could happen. Your last condition becomes worse than the first. Seek a higher first, and all things will be added to you. Father, I pray for Dr. Birch, Dr. Miles. I pray for Brittany, Alyssa, Lindsay, and Linda. They're at healthandherbs.com. And so, Father, my prayer that they have been enriched in every way, in all their speaking, in all their knowledge. Therefore, I pray that you do not lack any spiritual gift. For this reason, ever since I've heard about you and your love for all the saints, I have not stopped giving thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers. I keep asking that the glorious great I am may give you the spirit of wisdom and revelation so that you may know him better. I pray also that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened in order that you may know the hope to which he has called you, the riches of his glory, inheritance in the saints, and his incomparable great power for us who believe. Most High, by the authority given me, I speak to all that have ears to hear. I declare the resurrection condition of the power after the resurrection, that the infirmity of cancer with its many forms and common types, bladder, breast, colon, rectal, leukemia, lung, melanoma, pancreatic, prostate, skin, thyroids, and others, are destroyed in Yeshua's name. I command the primary abnormal deformed cells to die at its roots. And I thank you, Father, that you will cause the spreading throughout the body, especially to the lungs, the bones, the liver, and brain. I command the increased production of healthy cells to destroy renegade cells. I declare that abnormal cells would die and not enter into the bloodstream or lymphatic system, most blood, and most high. As the body of Christ, I declare that those who have been diagnosed with cancer will not die, but live to tell what you have done. By the stripes of Yeshua, you are healed, redeemed, restored, and set free from cancer and its symptoms. I declare that supernatural healing is flowing throughout your body in Yeshua's name. Were you blessed tonight by Discoveries in Health Ministry tonight? If so, tell someone you know who may be blessed also. Bless Dr. Birch, Dr. Miles, and Lindsay, and Brittany, and Linda, and Alyssa. Bless them, Father, and I pray that you will continue to make offerings to this ministry so that he can continue to help many people freely. It would be blessing if everyone listened and donate just $1 or more to give as you have made up your own mind and purpose in your heart, not reluctantly or sorrowful or under compulsion. For with the measure you deal out, with the measure you use when you confer benefits on others, it will be measured back to you in other forms of blessing. You are blessed to be a blessing. Amen. Shalom, everyone.
All praises to the Most High. And we'll open up the mics here so we can all say shalom to one another. And the mics are being unmuted. And shalom, everybody. We'll see you again next Thursday from 3 to 5.
Shalom.
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 Shalom, everyone. Shalom.